Hey, this is Clyde Trent again. Today was a kind of oddball day, but worked on a Trans Am or a Camaro or anything like that. I want to show you something. If you're putting in a heater core, typically you got to take the fender off, take the blower motor out to get in there to take the bolts out of your heater core housing. Well, I kind of worked with my cousin Jeff Potter, and we figured out a cheat off of the housing that right there laying. And what I done was, just to let you know what I done, I took a oscillating tool and I cut me right along the ridge and right along the bottom ridge, and then on the back side back in there, you have to cut that because your lines go inside that plastic. You got to cut that little plastic lip off. But I cut me a straight line right there, about 1.5 inches from that little opening. And basically took that little cover off and showing the heater core. So the heater core, the top hose, not too bad. The bottom hose, you have to take a pry bar and go in that hole that's in the firewall and pry open that hole to where the hose clamp can pass through that hole. So you can take the heater core out this side and replace it. And just remember, when you go back, you got to put that bottom hose, which I believe the bottom one was a 5/8, top was a 3/4. But you put that bottom hose back on the hose clamp and you slide it back into its spot. And I know everybody knows that there's two clamps. Let me show you. There's two of these inside that housing. And so when you take that cover off, like I said, cut that hole out. Let me show you here. When you take and cut this hole out, you'll have brackets turned. You'll have brackets turned in this fashion, holding the ends right around this end and right around the other end. And what I done was took a pry bar and pried that over. And the one on this end, where the hoses come in, I just went ahead and cut it off. But the one over here, let me get this off here. The one that's over here, I bent it out of the way. And then when I put it back in, I bent it back over. And the hoses hold this end, and that clamp still holds that in. It's a very reasonable. This is my first time going at it, but and about 3 hours versus a 2-day project, taking your everything apart to get in there. About 3 hours time. Probably could do it in 2. You can have it out. And what I've done is I mixed up some fiberglass. Oh, that old hair stuff there. And covered the shell, the areas where I cut that out. And I'll sand it down just a little bit and paint it, and she will be just as good as new. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I do hope this helps somebody, save them some time. I don't think there's a video out there about this. Most of the time, every video I've watched, it's people taking out the complete outside, taking fenders off or inner fender out and all that stuff, when you can do it the way I just showed you. But just remember to put the bottom hose on when you go back. It's a little bit of a trick. You got to kind of wiggle around and get that hose, the top line, the 3/4 line, going in its right direction. And then when you get it set into place, go out and put your hose on the outside on, and then come in here and move that little clamp or that little bracket that goes over the end. Put the bracket on the end of it, and you should be good to go. And then mix you up some fire. You could, I mean, that looks pretty daggone good to me, and it's already rock hard. So anyway, hope I helped you.